Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A, and I am here to drop a retrograde series video for you guys. This is actually the video that kicks off the retrograde cluster, starts off retrograde season. This is the video for Pluto retrograde. I'm gonna get right into it. For those of you guys that don't know what a retrograde is, it is not a planet moving backwards. It's actually an optical illusion. It happens when a planet stops and passes over points that it's already passed over before it stops and passes over those points again. The retrograde period, energetically speaking, we're looking at a time to reflect and correct, okay? If you want a visual, it's kind of like a Z motion. So the planet is moving like this, and it stops, and then it moves back, and then it stops. Stations direct is what we call that point, and then it goes back on its way, okay? And the planet that is in retrograde this time around is Pluto. Pluto governs our transformation. Pluto governs death and rebirth. It also governs our regeneration and our personal power. And this Pluto retrograde will be in the sign of Capricorn, okay? This retrograde started on April 27th. It started in 26 degrees, and it's going to be lasting for about 6 months, ending on October 6th in 24 degrees. Pluto is not a fast-moving planet. It is an outer planet. It's considered a social planet. So we're only moving 2 degrees. Pluto stays in a sign for a very long period of time, okay? So we've been in Pluto and Capricorn for a while. Let's get into it. It's in the sign of the goat, Capricorn. So for those of y'all that don't know what Capricorn energy is, I like Capricorn energy. I'm a Capricorn rising myself, and like half of my chart is in Capricorn. So, you know, Capricorn energy is diligent. It's organized, responsible, ambitious, practical, disciplined. Capricorns are also independent on the shadow side. Capricorn can be stoic, stubborn, and Capricorns can appear detached. They're not necessarily emotionally detached, but they can definitely appear emotionally detached, going back into that stoic energy, okay? There's a few points that I want to hit as far as the energy is concerned, what we'll be dealing with on an individual level with this Pluto retrograde. The first thing is that we're going to be looking at control over our responsibilities. Capricorn is an energy that likes to do their own work, likes to get things done. Pluto is all about transformation. And so what we're going to be looking at over the course of the next 6 months is where we're feeling like people are controlling our lives, are controlling the steps that we take, are controlling the situations that we come into because they're dictating the way that things are moving, or not necessarily people, possibly situations, possibly a career, because Capricorn is a Saturn sign. We're looking at foundational things with this energy. So looking at where you feel restricted in these foundational energies. So where are you feeling like you have no control? Where are you feeling like no matter what you do, you can't make the changes that you want to see come in? And because this is a retrograde period, we're going to be stopping and reflecting. And we do have a course of 6 months. Remember, this energy is not going to be quick. It's going to play out gradually. So over the course of the next 6 months, you're going to really be stopping and looking at, does this job work for me? Is this what I want to do? Or do I feel like I can give more? Or do I feel like my talents could be used somewhere else? Do I feel like this job even uses my talents? Am I useful here? And if I'm not, why am I still here? Why do I feel like I can't leave? Looking at relationships. Oh, well, is this relationship feeding me? Is it making me grow? Is it helping me grow? Is it helping me learn? Is it helping me progress? And if it's not, why do I feel like I need to still be in it? Looking at places that you're in. Well, is there anything that I need in this city? Is there really something here for me? And if there's not, if there's something else out there, if there's a place that I've been thinking about going to, why haven't I gone? Why do I feel like I have to stay here in this city? So looking at where you're feeling stuck, feeling like certain things, certain situations, certain energies control your life. And because again, we're in the reflect and correct energy, you're going to be looking at how you can break out of those cycles, okay? and also looking at how you can cut those cords of attachment. And oftentimes when we feel stuck in places or stuck in situations, it's because we are emotionally invested. And that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, you love the situation that you're in. That can also go towards you've put in all of this energy, and while you may not feel like this is where you want to be, you've put all this energy in, and so this is where your energy is residing. And so therefore you have an emotional investment, you have a cord of attachment. Over this retrograde period, whether it's conscious or subconscious, you are going to be starting to cut your cords of attachment to certain situations, certain people, certain places, certain foundations, so that you can move forward into the spaces that you're supposed to be in, okay? The next point that I have coming up with this Pluto retrograde are our drive levels. And when I say drive, I mean our motivation, our willpower, okay? And I mentioned this a little bit in the Saturn retrograde video, and I think I also mentioned it in the Sagittarius full moon video, talking about us coming out of this haze, coming out of this space where we felt stagnant, where we felt kind of lethargic. We're going to be moving out of that again, gradual energy, but you are going to start to see what is needed to reignite your spark. You're going to actually, again, we're dealing with Capricorn, which is a Saturn energy. So and Saturn is not subtle. Capricorn is not subtle. Capricorn is blunt, very straight to the point. Going to be looking at where you lack. Looking at where you've fallen off the board, fallen off the wagon, looking at where you could be putting more energy in and calling yourself out on it. And once you call yourself out on it, you're actually going to be able to come into a space to where you can come up with plans to put yourself back on the ball, to get yourself that motivation, to get yourself that drive, to put in the work that is needed to achieve the goals that you have put in place for yourself. The last point that I have with this Pluto retrograde energy comes with reorganizing our plans to success again, going back to Capricorn energy and this diligence and this hard work and this independence and, working towards an end goal. And Pluto being this transformative energy, this regenerative energy, we're going to be looking at our goals and the success that we want to see come in. And let's just face it, what you want to see is what you don't have right now. And so we're going to be looking at how you can transform your life so that you can get to that point. Looking at reorganizing your plan to success. Again, as I was talking about with our drive levels and our motivation, really getting real with ourselves. So over this Pluto Capricorn retrograde, because we're dealing with a very real, very raw, very honest energy here, really going to be looking at, okay, well, what have I been doing and why hasn't it worked? And once you figure out why it hasn't worked, that's how you figure out what you can do to make things work so that you can get to the point and get to the places that you want to be in. So although this is an outer planet and it's going to be a gradual energy, when the Pluto retrograde things come in for you, it's going to be very in your face. It is going to be very clear. There shouldn't be any question when you learn these things about yourself or you learn these things about your process, okay? On a collective level, we're going to be looking at rebuilding and transforming the ways that we deal with our foundations in society, if that makes sense. Probably going to see a push towards new policies, especially after coming out of this, well, you know what, let me not even say that, because we're not out of a pandemic, even though everybody is acting like everything is normal. We are still very much so in a pandemic. Please keep that in mind. Please stay safe out there and wash y'all's hands and cover your mouths and your noses and all those good things. Wear your masks. I know they said to stop, but just in the public, but just do, please. I haven't been sick for a year, I think it works. But going back to what I was saying, because we are looking at transformative energy and we just came out of this crazy year and we're still in this space of all of this craziness, going to be looking at how we can make things work for us more on an individual level and not necessarily on like a corporate collective level. So you'll be seeing people paying more attention to their own lives, doing their own things, people taking their paid time off, people taking their vacations, people taking mental health leaves, people taking the time to really separate work and life, and I think that's important. Let me just put that out there, that it's very important. Make sure that you do that if you're not doing that now. And if you are doing that now, Pluto retrograde is going to come in and make that happen for you, okay? Probably seeing lots of movements or possibly some strikes in regards to working from home or sending kids back to school, things, things of that sort. But definitely seeing a shift in these things and our society, in regards to our foundations that will benefit us more on a personal level. Like I said, not necessarily on a corporate level, okay? Quickly going into the numerology here, this retrograde started in 26 degrees on a 9-day, so we're dealing with 26 breaking down into 8, and then the energy of the number 9, so cycles, karma, infinity, and ascension, and leveling up, and moving into new spaces, and closing chapters, right? So we're seeing this need, as I said, to level up and coming up with plans to put our success in motion. We're no longer in this space to where we think about it periodically and think about where we want to be and fantasize about it and imagine it. No, now we're going to be working on it. Now we're going to be looking at exactly what steps need to be taken to make it happen, okay? The retrograde will be ending in 24 degrees on a 3-day. So we're dealing with 6 energy, breaking 24 down, and the energy of the number 3. So positive manifestation, community, creativity, collaboration, and also, building upon these foundations that we've put in place. So with this Pluto energy, we're coming into the power to manifest in the physical, the success, and the abundance by putting in the energy to put in the work to make it happen, okay? Excuse me. So to wrap it up, again, this is a social and outer planet. These things are going to be gradual. You're not going to see them play out quickly like Mercury or Venus or Mars retrograde. You'll see it play out over the course of time, roughly 6 months, okay? Once we hit October, the beginning of October, and we come out of the shadow period of this retrograde, you're going to start to see all of these things in regards to your major transformation come into place, okay? And speaking of major transformation, the people that will be feeling this major transformation are people with Pluto in retrograde in their natal charts. This should actually be a pretty progressive time for you. People with charts ruled by Pluto, Scorpio, people with heavy Pluto or Scorpio aspects or hella Scorpio placements or Scorpio aspects in their charts. And for everybody, anywhere that you have 24 to 26 degrees or within that orb of that in your chart, wherever that is placed, you will start to see some transformation coming in for you in regards to those things and those energies over the course of the next 6 months. All right, so use this Pluto retrograde energy to really change your life and make the best of it, okay? Before I go, I'm gonna drop my shameless plugs. As I said at the beginning of the video, we are, excuse me, allergy, we're in allergy season, clearly. Excuse me, we are in retrograde season. So I have the retrograde series linked down below. That also means that I have retrograde readings for sale right now. You can book one with me through my Etsy shop. That is linked down below as well. We are also now in the summer eclipse season, meaning I also have eclipse readings on sale. So if you want an eclipse reading, you can also book that with me through my Etsy shop link down below, okay? I've got hella videos going up for June for sure, the tarot forecast and the pick a card spread and whatever else I upload. Go on and check them videos out. Check out whatever links are put down here in the description box. And I will have a coronavirus, COVID, number 4, I think it is, video going up. I meant to put this up about a month or so ago, but I took a little break. When a break is needed, you take it. Do not force yourself to do anything that would come out better once you have more rest. So I took a break, but I'm gonna put up a number 4 COVID video because things are looking wild right now. Even though they're looking normal, they're looking kind of sus. So I'm gonna put up a video, see what the energy is as far as this pandemic is concerned right now, and going over the summer. That'll be linked down below whenever I do upload it. And I think those are all the plugs that I got for you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.